Right, tonight's challenge is to turn this old nasty floorboard into bathroom shelves. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. So this is actually one of the old floorboards that came out of the bathroom, and it's just been lying around collecting dust. It's actually been outside for the summer, but it's been in drying now. Still, it's a nice square board. I think that it's about 7 inches wide by 1. We need to trim off the ends, and then we'll start cutting it up, and we need to make 4 shelves. First we need a saw. Find one that way. Oh. Oh, how I long for a big workshop. Right, so let's take the end off, clean it up. I'm hoping I can get all of the shelves out of this one board. So I do need to take the back edge of this off, the back couple of mil on the table saw, but what I'm going to do first is cut them to length. See if we can rig up some sort of stop block here. Okay, that fits perfectly. So we'll run 8 of those off. Hopefully I've got enough in this board, and that will give us all of our shelves. These are 110 years old, so they'll should be dry enough. So next job is just to rip off 5 mil off one of the sides, and I'll probably take off the worst side that had that little bit of woodworm in it. So I need to keep one of the old edges of the boards for the front edge of our shelf. I kind of want the old sort of dented edge, but I do want a clean cut in the middle so that we can join them together. They're fairly square anyway for the age of them. So I'll pick the best 4 front edges. Right, so next job is to clean these up. I'm just going to sand them down. I don't want to take everything off them, but I want to take enough off that they're going to be nice and clean. So the bottom of these was obviously just rough sawn, so I've taken most of that off with that 80 grit. That's smooth enough. We'll just give it a final sand when we're finished. And then the top, I've taken off the worst of it, like taken off that grimy dark colour and just softened the whole lot. What I wanted to keep is all these little dinks and dents. Everyone raves about using pallet wood and things like that, which is great, and it is free of course, but if you can pick up any reclaimed pine floorboards cheaply, this is, you know, it's much longer lasting, really high quality, nice wood. If you look at the growth rings in this pine, it's, you know, it's a serious old growth. This is not like the current day softwood that people use. So anyway, one more to go, and then we can knock it down a little bit further with some 180 grit. To be honest, I haven't got much dye here anyway, so hopefully it'll be enough. And I really just want to give it a light rub over. Okay, so I've paired these up now. These are my front edges, so they've got a nice soft finish. Just take the edge off those mitre, just smooth them out a bit. So that's all the support stained up, and I actually think that by the time they're set back, they'll match up fine, and they should blend in with the shelves. Next job is going to be to find out where the studs are, then we'll countersink the supports, ready to take the screws, and then we can get fitting these. We'll mark up on the wall first, kind of get all the levels first, then we'll make a start. So I've got to drill my countersinks in all these. I'll just put a little fence there to get me going. Okay, so this is the alcove, and I'm going to leave a laundry bin space at the bottom, so we kind of need to work up from that. So we miss a stud on this side, so we'll have to do fixings on most of these. I'm just using these guys here. Look, should do the job. What I'll do is bang them all in this side and then level across, and then put this side in afterwards. It's like some sort of yoga position. Alright, that's the last one. That's the last one. Drywall fixings in now. Hang these. I want my home straight now. Alright, one down. I think I need to lose some weight. Alright, that is the last one. Now the fun bit. Check if these work. Pretty good. Joe's not quite back with the car yet, so means I've got 5 minutes to get all these nails in, which means the job can be done tonight, finished, boom. Out of time. So with little one sleeping the other side of the wall, I had to carry on with a few quiet jobs and leave it to be fixed the next morning. I also measured up for the alcove at the bottom where the laundry bin was going to be made, and cut that from some old pine boards as well, and it's going to be a fixed partition, so we'll kind of drop the laundry down the back of it. So all those got cut, sanded, and these weren't quite so beaten up as the other ones, so I gave them a bit of a whack with the back of an axe and some metal chain, just so they kind of had the same sort of character as the shelves, and made sure that they were nice and tight together for the glow up. And then with the offcuts that I ripped off them, I've kind of put those top and bottom to frame it to cover up any of the end grain. I actually ended up gluing up the pairs of shelves as well, so they're a bit more stable. And then clamping them nice and tight to give us a nice single piece. After a few minutes, I then trimmed out the top and bottom just with some pins and glue, and that was pretty much it. So just wipe out the squeeze up, and then later that day I unclamped those, gave them a really good sand again, and started to check for size. Now of course I could trim this down to get it nice and snug, because that back wall wasn't quite straight. But once it was all in, I brought it back out to the workshop, gave it a really thorough clean, and these are old shelves, so there's a bit of grease on there, so a bit of white spirit to clean it up, and then ran that same stain over it to tie it all in. It's a pretty cold day, so I took it inside to give it a coat of wax, and then again, once that was dry, later on that day, I buffed that out so it was ready to fit, and it was going to tie in with the rest of the wood. So I needed 2 additional battens on the back of this to secure it into the walls. And then when it came to fitting it, the next evening I squared it off to the wall to make sure it was all square to both sides. A couple more drywall fixings, and then secured it through the batten you can see there into the wall. And that's it. So probably about 10 foot of old pine board, and the alcove's finished. So thanks for watching. For more projects and updates on the renovation, please subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Remember, if you can, do it yourself.